everybody? It's another episode of Layman in the Morning. It's your boy Xavier here. I did it in reverse and I'm mad. What's up, everybody? You know what? We're coming back. We're coming back. We're coming back. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Xavier here, and this is another episode of Layman in the Morning. Hey, that felt good. That felt good. It's hot as shit outside, and I kind of just want to leave right now. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I want to do the pod. I just don't want to be outside. But I mean, I do want to be outside to match the aesthetic and the continuity, because there was like 15 other episodes that we did. I look like I'm on speed right now. Let me chill. It's kind of been a crazy week for me and the world. I mean, it's been a crazy past year for the world. It's been a crazy however many months in the world, but the past week especially, things have just been happening. It is so hot, my guy. Jesus Christmas. It's hitting me. I don't know where to start. I guess we'll just start with me. I don't know if I said this in the last pod, but my mom's coworker has kids, and they went to the beach and everything. They came back with some symptoms. Then it became a whole it became a whole schmagoogle with me and my job and whatnot. Not a whole thing. It was pretty simple. I asked if I could work from home because I feel more comfortable doing so. So I did that for Thursday, Friday, and then this past Monday, I believe. And that was cool. I returned to work. I mean, it was kind of tricky because they didn't get their results back by the time I came back. So I came back to work Tuesday, I believe, with gloves and whatnot. I had my mask. Didn't wear it for whatever reason. Well, it's a call center job. I'm on the phone and whatnot, and I don't want to be like sound like those adults from what's that cartoon where the adults are like anyway, dude, I'm going right now because there's so much to talk about. And I know the last episode I kind of got off track. I was going to talk about Kanye. I wanted to talk about August Alsina and the Red Table Talk, and we never got to that. And it just became a whole political thing. And also, I do want to apologize. And it is so loud behind me with the trees. The birds are kind of lit up there right now. They're kind of lit. Are we going to have an inside episode of Layman in the Morning? We'll see. Because it's loud as shit out here. Why am I checking if I'm recording like 20 minutes in all the time? I'm about to annihilate this water, baby. Should have bought 2 bottles out. Whew. I gotta apologize to Donald J. Trump, our president. Believe it or not. Yep. You're right. Last episode, I said I was making a comment on his seemingly racist remarks on the Charlatan situation that happened, 1 or 2 or 3, 4 or 5 years ago. Unaware of things, per usual. And it was in reference to the quote, "There's good people on both sides," where the Nazis and the people fighting against the Nazis and the alt-right and the alt-left, and when they were clashing and stuff like that. It was a whole thing. But he said there's good people on both sides, which everybody was like, well, no, because the other side has Nazis and another side doesn't have Nazis. So you got to do the math. 1 + 1 = 7. So obviously, the clip I played of that, I kind of bashed him for it. I was on my soapbox. My guys. And I don't know. I kind of wanted to fact check myself, so I went back and watched the clip again. I found the full clip in its entirety, as opposed to the one that I played, which was like really short. And he did condemn the Nazis and the racist white cucks, whatever their names are, alt-right Nazis, same thing. He did condemn those guys before making that quote. in terms of saying there's good people on both sides. So Donald Trump, I apologize. I apologize. I mean, you did tell us to drink some, Lysol to prevent from COVID, but also I apologize. I apologize. I'm sorry for my comments, and I was wrong in that instance. You're not as racist as I thought you were, but also you told America to drink Lysol. So it's a toss up. It's a toss up. Anyway, apology to Donald J. Trump. I do want to issue a quick funeral service as well, because my baby girl is dead. My daughter is dead. Um, my daughter Lola is dead. I don't know what episode I presented her and the other plants, um, Carl and Maurice, but I'll probably put a little clip or something here. You probably see something here. I'll do it in editing, maybe not. But I was doing a little showcase for my children, my sons and my daughter Lola, and they were my plant babies. My Lola was a lavender plant, and Carl and Maurice were peppermint plants. And Carl and Maurice are still striving. We moved them to the front of the house so they can get more sun and not die as fast as Lola did. And Lola kind of just drew the short end of the stick here. So, and when I say drew the short end, I mean she's dead. She's objectively deceased. So we're just gonna get a quick funeral service in for my baby girl before we get into these topics. Let's do it. Let's do it. As soon as I picked up Lola, there was a giant ass centipede under the right under her, running around so fast and crawled in between the porch like you just walked in on your friends having sex or something like that. Just so embarrassed to be found, and it's adorable to see that trait from an insect. Anyway, what am I talking about? This is Lola. Doesn't look the same as the first time I showed her to you guys. Because when you die, you lose some features, including color and life, mainly. Um, Damn, what do I say? I always think about, not always, but I've thought about, when the time comes and either of my parents kick the bucket and I have to be the one to go up there and say some things at the funeral. That's pretty morbid, but it's gonna happen. But I was thinking like, wow, when my mom passes on, when my papa passes on, I gotta be that guy, and I gotta have a fire ass speech, cause you don't want. This is super morbid to talk about. Let's just get that out of the way. I don't. I want to talk about this and I don't, because I don't want to speak things into existence, obviously. But also, I think it's like an elephant in the room. Like, of course, it's sad. Your parents are dead. Oh my God, they raised me. The breast milk and stuff like that. And obviously, it's an emotional experience, and it's traumatizing. It's depressing, and you're losing a piece of you essentially. But also, you got to make sure you have the most fire speech at the funeral. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like there's this overlooming aspect of like while you're at the funeral and everything's going on, and even before the funeral, where you're writing your speech and you're trying to make sure everything's together. You're sad and you're depressed, and oh, she breastfed me. No. All of that's happening, but in the back of your mind, like the recesses, you're definitely like, I'm J.K. Rowling for this fucking speech. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, bro. You're definitely like, okay, my parents are dead, and this is sad as shit, but also I guess I gotta be Edgar Allan Poe for the next 2 hours. You know what I mean? You gotta get in your writer bag, and you gotta make some niggas cry in that church. Cause if you don't make niggas cry in your church, and some asshole who wasn't, like, unless it's your brother or something like that. If it's not your brother or your sister, and it's just some other guy, like maybe their uncle or your uncle or auntie, and they go up and, well, I mean, I guess that's fine too. Uncles and aunties are cool. If they steal the show, I don't know though. I feel like the offspring has to kill it. The offspring has to kill it more than the brother or sister. I mean, it means as much to them. My plant's dead, and I want to talk about that. See, this is what I do. This is what I do. I'm pretty sure I said it before. I'm like the dog from Up, and I see something going on in the distance, and I'm like, well, yeah, let's talk about this for at least 47 minutes and see where it goes. That's what happened with the last podcast, and I apologize. And I also apologize to you, Donald J. Trump, even though you told us to definitely drink Lysol. I'm not on crack. We're still recording. We're 11 minutes in right now. That flew by. So much wasted time right now. Anyway, something to consider though when your parents die. Let me know if your parents died in the comments, and if you were concerned at all about your speech at the funeral. I want to talk about that some more, but there's too many topics. Lola, you were, oh man, baby girl, baby girl, baby girl. Oh, honey. You were so gorgeous. And you had aspirations, you had dreams, and you had nightmares. And you had so many things. You had so much. You actually, when in hindsight, there was a lot going on in terms of your future, and there was just so many things that you had to look forward to, including being in my backyard, as well as being in my backyard. And when you had time, you would definitely aspire to stay longer in my backyard, and receive no water. And Lola, I apologize on behalf of all lavender plants. I apologize on behalf of all lavender plants. I apologize to you, and I let you down. I let you down, and I'm sorry. And I'm gonna do better going forward. All right. You can't hear me because you're dead. Definitely. Factually, if I've ever been. If I've ever been with 1,000% sure on anything, it's that Lola's deceased right now, and I'm talking to a dead plant. And we've kind of just all lost our minds, and my back's to the camera, so it's kind of ruining the format of the podcast. But also, you guys understand comedy, right? No? You guys clicked off by now? You said no one's watching this? Gotcha. All right, just making sure. Just making sure. Lola, there's some yard work going on in the background, and I have to talk a little louder. I gotta talk a little louder. I don't think that's yard work. I think that's just a big ass bus. Is this podcast off the rails? Is this a good episode? Lola, I love you, baby, and I'm sorry. I'll throw you out later. Comedy, baby. All right. What are we gonna get into? I want to wrap up the COVID situation at my job. So I found out yesterday that my mom's coworker's daughters. It's so weird to say that. It's so weird to say because I had to text it like that to my manager because it's not. You got to emphasize it's not directly my coworker, my mom's coworker who's infected, but her daughter. But if her daughter's infected, inevitably, unless you're fucking Precious's mom, you're gonna be around her and everything. You're gonna love on her. You're gonna hug her. You're gonna kiss her on the forehead on the way off from school. She definitely has it, and she's been around my mom. And you know how this thing's spreading like wildfire, baby. So I don't know. I gotta take caution. I just don't want to. I mean, here's what I feel comfortable doing. I want to stay home for like 2 weeks, right? And I tried to look up tests yesterday. I was looking up tests yesterday and this morning. And it's one of those things where it's just so loud in front of my house right now, and I hope it's not picking up on the mic. But we're just gonna see what happens. Um, I was looking up tests yesterday, last night, and this morning. There's a couple that CVS is having. I mean, every CVS is holding COVID tests, but I'm pretty sure. For one, it's a self-test, and if you know the test in general, they give you at least 2 feet of a 2 foot long cotton swab thing that you have to stick ever so gently into your nose, and if it doesn't touch the top, if it doesn't curl in the back of your cerebellum and tickle the top of your brain, then you're doing the test wrong. And I'm not gonna do that myself. No way, Jose. I can't make a bowl of cereal without having an aneurysm. So when you tell me to stick a 2 foot long cotton swab in my nose to make sure it tickles the top of my brain ever so gently and then pull it out, yeah, buddy. That's off the menu. That's off the menu. I'm a restaurant that serves many things, but not that, baby. Comedy. Shouts out to Mark Norman. Anyway, and also, too, CVS is very strict on who can get the test anyway, because you got to be showing like symptoms in general. I'm pretty sure they reject people that are not showing any kind of symptoms. And I feel fine right now, so I'm probably not gonna qualify anyway. I found another place, but they're doing like telescreens, whatever that is. I guess they're getting on the phone with you and asking you a couple questions, like, "Are you coughing? Are you sneezing? Are you pooping? Are you dying?" And I'm like, "Well, no." And they're like, "Well, fuck off," and they hang up. Why is the doctor goofy? Why is the nurse goofy in that situation? I don't know. I don't know, but why not? If my nurse is goofy, he can, hey, run all the tests. Run all the tests. I kind of just want to hear you talk. That reminds me, there is a GPS. Waze has. Oh Christ, Waze has a feature, the GPS app, where you could change the voice to Cookie Monster. And I was so mad at my mom at the time we moved into this house for just, internal reasons. Not internal reasons. We talked about it. It was a whole thing. But the point is, I was angry. I was angry as shit. And we were meeting the realtors at their office building and whatnot. And I pull up and everything. My mom had already left, and I was doing my thing, signing the paperwork, just so mad and so angry at her and the situation. And then I get back in my car, and then I put in directions to go back home, and it's like, make a right at make a right at the stop sign. I'm like, fuck me. And I laughed so hard, but also simultaneously angry at my mom, just so confused that Cookie Monster was still voicing my directions, but also simultaneously mad at my mother. But we're cool now, and I have also turned that setting off since. So when I'm mad, I'm mad. There's nothing to distract me from that, not even Cookie Monster and his great directions to find me on my way home. Anyway, it's so funny because when there's trending shit going on and I talk about it on this podcast, I'll put it, obviously in the title and whatnot. And I'm just thinking about all the people that are clicking on this episode in terms, looking forward to me talking about this trending shit. And the first 25 minutes is just me talking about Cookie Monster, my dead plant, and apologizing to Donald Trump, which is, not at all related to what I put in the title. I'm pretty sure they're just throwing their laptops away at this point. You got to get a new laptop after you watch this podcast, by the way. It's not good for the OS, honestly, to play this podcast in any capacity. So just make sure you dispose of it and get rid of it. You got to bury it at least 12 feet underground right after burning the hard drive and all the contents. This podcast is basically the malware of podcasts. Layman in the Morning is 1,000% the malware of podcasts. You click on this video, you play it, and then McAfee is like, yeah, this isn't gonna fly, buddy. I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna stop you right there. You go on YouTube and search this podcast. You type in LA and McAfee is like, well, here's the thing. You can watch Joe Rogan, Joe Budden, and you can watch Theo Von's, Crystalias. You can do anything else, but don't. I'm gonna need you to not watch this one. Otherwise, your computer and your eyes will set on fire. Anyway, I should love myself more, and also I want to talk about this fucking Burger King commercial. Have you seen this god-forsaken Burger King commercial? Has anyone seen this Burger King commercial? Has anyone experienced? Hold on. I'm pulling it up, homies. I need a name for my fan base. And when I say fan base, I mean my manager and 4 other people that watch this podcast. My layman's? What's up, my layman's? Is layman's a good name? What's up, my layman's? So Burger King, let me just preface, Burger King is advertising this new menu that is essentially burgers made from cows that produce less methane into the air when they, poop or fart or breathe or whatever the case is. And they're trying to push this narrative that, cows are very dangerous. The gases they emit is very dangerous for the environment. And our new menu features burgers with, I guess, less methane or something like that. It's good for you, and it's from cows that are not killing the planet. Something like that. Burger King released that ad, and the yodeling kids in it. Remember the viral yodeling kid? He was in Walmart, and he looked kind of lost. The first thing I thought when I saw that video, I was like, well, for one, where are your parents? And also, his voice kind of slaps. I'm made of questions when I watch this. I'm made of questions. My dick might as well be a question mark, because I don't know. Let me just play it. And maybe I'll have like a side-by-side or something. I'll just, in case I don't feel lazy today in terms of editing, we'll just have a side-by-side of me reacting to this thing. I already saw it, but, maybe we can just do like a little breakdown, because the world needs to know that this is happening, unfortunately. Right off the bat, this kid is wearing, let me tell you what he's wearing. In case I don't do the editing, let me tell you what he's wearing. It's the yodeling kid from the viral video, Where Are Your Parents? And he's wearing all white. He's wearing all white, a white cowboy hat, just top to bottom, just dripped out in white. Just dripped out in white, my guy. Like a pimp that's definitely that won't think twice about backhanding your mother. And he has this guitar. He's just playing this acoustic guitar. Now, the fans at home, my layman's, you're probably thinking, okay, well, that's obviously it. That's obviously end of story. Xavier said all those things. Put a period on it, baby. Let's keep reacting. That's the most crazy it's ever gonna get, right? No, my layman's. Because this kid, not only is this tiny white kid Where Are Your Parents, the yodeling kid is wearing an all-white suit with a white cowboy hat and holding an acoustic guitar, but he walked out of a cow's asshole. Not a real cow's asshole, obviously. He didn't, Sacha Baron Cohen that shit, but the set design is green pastures, and in the middle, it's a cutout of a cow's ass. And for a good 5 seconds of the video, it's silent. It's very silent, and it's just kind of ambience, and the song's kind of fading in. But the first 5 seconds, it's just this kid quietly with his guitar, wearing all white, Where are your parents, yodeling kid? And who's okaying these decisions in your life? Walking out of a cow's asshole. So let me. We're just gonna play it again. We're just gonna play it again. And by the way, what separates there's saloon doors in between the cow's asshole. So that's a thing. That's a thing. The kid just walked. The yodeling kid is wearing all white with an acoustic guitar. Where are his parents? And he just walked out of a cow's asshole. Through saloon doors, by the way.
When cows fart and burp and splatter, well, it ain't no laughing matter.
When cows fart and burp and splatter, it is no laughing matter. Hey man, there's a disease out there that's killing everybody. And it's somehow affecting my life too. I say somehow after I say it's affecting everybody. So dense in the head. It's just losing his mind, definitely. Hey, buddy, hey, yodeling kid, also find your parents, and also there's a disease out there that's murdering a lot of people at an alarming rate. And you're trying to tell me that there's cows? Cows farting and burping isn't a laughing matter? Hey, kid, there's riots and protesting going on. There's a lady in a wheelchair in a Target stabbing the looters and whatnot, and she got blasted in the face with a fire hydrant, with a fire extinguisher. Excuse me, either or. And there's also a disease that's murdering a lot of people, and my mom's co-workers' kids just got affected with it, and now I have to tell my manager that I want to work from home again with the thought in my mind that, damn, she's gonna think I'm a lazy piece of shit that's just jacking off at home and not doing his job correctly. But even though my phone's just actually old and it's not getting the calls in time, and now my call performance is low, but really I'm just trying to do my best so I don't get fired for the second time. Hey kid, where are your parents? What are you doing? Don't tell me that cows farting and burping is the most serious thing happening right now, because I goddamn assure you that it isn't. Let's keep watching this video. I'm actually so hot right now. I just want that to be known. I'm sweating my ass off, bro. For you guys, for my layman's.
And that methane from the rear goes up to the atmosphere and pollutes our planet, warming me and you. Yes.
I'm gonna keep going.
That methane that the past is a greenhouse gas that'll trap the sun's heat and change our climate too. Gee, is it hot in here or is it just me? So to check.
It's definitely just you. It's definitely just you. Jeez, is it hot in here? Or can I just not find my parents? That's what he should have said. He should have said, geez, is it hot in here? Or am I going to regret this when I'm 25? That's what you should have said, yodeling kid. Jeez, is it hot in here? Or am I doing something I'm going to regret for the rest of my life? Yo. Jeez, is it hot in here? Or am I making a song? or am I endorsing an advertisement that I don't even give a shit about? Let's just keep watching this video. Where is parents?
Intermissions, Burger King went on a mission, testing diets that would help reduce their farts. That's a start. And now they're in question that it's helping cows' digestion, adding lemongrass so they can play their part.
I genuinely don't know what the hell they're saying at this point, because they're doing the little yodeling thing, and damn it, bro. No pedo, but it's kind of adorable. I can't make out a damn thing they're saying. I have no idea what those kids are saying. Dude, I kind of just, my brain kind of just punched out his card after Cal's burping, farting, and splattering is no laughing matter. My brain was kind of like, okay, cool. In the ear department, we're just gonna kind of do a shutdown. We're just gonna do a reboot. I'll see you next month. It was just one of those things. I'm just kind of tuning the rest out, my guy. But genuinely, I can't make out what they're saying. But also, yeah, no pedo, but it's adorable as shit. And that's how they're trying to get us. If it was grown ass men doing this, the backlash would be way more. But it's, I don't think it's as bad because obviously it's this kid, and I mean, at the end of the day, chase a bag, my nigga. Chase a bag. I know you're not a nigga, yodeling kid. Yodeling kid, if you're watching this, I know you're not a nigga. I apologize, but also chase a bag, my nigga. And it's just one of those things. I say it endearingly because I know your parents, were approached with whatever the fuck kind of treatment that Burger King had for this. And they also said, what the hell? He's probably going to regret this when he's 20 or next year if he's smart enough. And then they saw the check and they were like, well, he does have to go to college. Well, we are going to be set for life potentially. I don't know how much they paid him, but it had to be fat for them to have their kid walk out of a cow's asshole that was separated by saloon doors and telling the general public in the worst time in history that methane gas coming from cows is the worst thing that's happening right now. So it had to be a fat check. It had to be a fat check. I will put my son through that. And this time, I will put my son through that if it's over 2 mil. If it's over 2 mil, I'd be like, hey, Ezekiel, I want to name my son Ezekiel. See, my future baby mamas out there that's watching this. Kind of awkward because I thought about anyway, I'm not going to say that. Anyway, not going to say that. Anyway, to my future baby mamas that are watching this, I would like my son to be named Ezekiel. And if I run into you in the street, you know the business. If we hit it off and I unknowingly run into you in the street, hey, you know the business now. Take me out on a date and say you like the name Ezekiel a lot, and I'll just assume that you're the one. But really, you're just trying to take my clams. It's the cutest shit ever. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is adorable. This is adorable as hell. The ad itself is a monstrosity on the eyes. And I want to kick a puppy. And I want to walk into the ocean. But the way the yodeling kid who can't find his parents is harmonizing with other kids that also most likely can't find their parents about methane gas coming from cows' assholes, that's adorable. Don't act like that's not the cutest thing you ever heard.
And the scientists have proven that it works. It works. Reducing methane. We can reduce.
And he can sing. He can sing too. A small part of me wants this kid to just take a left ass turn at the age of like 24 or whatever, when he's like a notable artist and everything, because he's obviously gonna be a huge musical artist in some capacity. I want him to just, like I said, just a very young age of just like 23 or 24, when he's like just an established artist, or not even, just like 30. Let's just say like 30 or like 35 or whatever, where he's like a grown man. I want him to just be making just the most angry, hardcore, like aggressive metal music. How amazing would that be? How amazing would that be? Just being like, you're just watching one of his music videos with your friends, and you're like, You know that's the yodeling kid? And your friend's like, what? Dude, how bad do you want to have that conversation with your friend of the yodeling kid, now being in just the most hardcore, just the, the greatest, like, metal artist of all time. Just screaming in the mic, audio peaking, smashing a guitar, and just yelling about Satan and shit like that. How amazing would that be? I want that to be in the timeline so bad. Anything could happen. COVID, kicked everybody in the dick hole, and there's just a lot more stuff happening in terms of the world, and I'm so hot right now. Anyway, I just want this kid to be like, I just want this kid to take a left turn. He's doing adorable stuff right now in terms of like walking out of cows' assholes, but who knows? He might make a drastic career change. That's the thing with child artists. With like Rebecca Black, I just watched the interview with her the other day with Anthony Fantano. Shouts out to both of them. Miley Cyrus. Who else? I don't know. Just a lot of child stars in general. When you're exposed to so much at such a like a fragile age, and when you're that young and impressionable, and you grow up to kind of sort of realize that, oh, the industry was kind of pimping me out, you kind of by default, whether you like the genre or not, you kind of just go into this like rebellious kind of phase, like to prove that you're not that. You're trying to get out of that box that they kind of forced you in as a kid, because you realize like, oh, I was just making I don't even know if I liked half the songs that I made. And you look back at the stuff and you kind of cringe or whatever. But you're just young at the time, and the industry or the label you were with was like, hey, this is gonna be cool, this is gonna be awesome, and you're like 25 and you're like, what the fuck? And I'm pretty sure that the yodeling kid is gonna do that exact shit, bro. 1,000%, man. I don't know how old he is right now, but I don't know. It's maybe even better that he doesn't regret this when he's older. Because then you have that mental fortitude. Man, if you're proud of something that you did, like 10 years ago, just in your adolescence, if you look back at like some footage or whatever the case of whatever you did or something you created, and you're proud of that and you stand by it, hey, shouts out to you, man. Because I don't have that kind of mental fortitude, man. I watch a lot of my old videos and listen to my old songs anyway. Link into the description. Yeah, I rap. I rap a little bit. I rap a little bit. But I cringe at a lot of the old stuff I do. So it's a bonus if you're looking back at that stuff and you're like, I stand by that. I believed in that, and that's how I felt at the time, and I'm completely for it. Shouts out to you, bro. And I do this a lot too. I notice I do this so much in all my podcast episodes. When I do that, I'm literally rubbing my stomach. It's just me rubbing my stomach. And I don't know why I do that. I don't know why. I just feel at home when I do it, alright? Alright, get off my case. Go watch Joe Rogan if you don't want to watch an anxious black guy rub his stomach and break down the yodeling kid video. Let's finish this shit. I mean, at the end of the day, though, like I said, chase a bag. Okay, I never got to the end of the video. They're in a theme park where there's a burger roller coaster, and there's what's the fucking thing? Carousel. There's a cow carousel. So I guess omit everything that I just said. He's 1,000% gonna regret this when he's older, and that's okay. That's okay. We all do things that we regret, yodeling kid. As soon as you find your parents, just have a nice discussion with them of why they took this check. And then in the end text is Burger King saying, since we are part of the problem, we're going to be a part of the solution. Burger King, we were never concerned about We were never concerned about you being an advocate for methane gas in the air. We can give a shit. The only problem you're a part of is having burgers that taste awful. Okay, and now you're more of a part of the problem because you're making this a young impressionable kid walk out of a cow's asshole through saloon doors wearing all white and acoustic guitar singing about methane coming from cows. And no one cares. No, I promise you, Burger King, no one gives a damn about this situation. Because at the end of the day, people lost their jobs, and there's bodies burning in the street, and people might still be beating up Asians, and that all needs to stop. And you know what we don't care, stops or not, methane gas from cows. No concern about that. Zero concern about that. Dude, I will PayPal somebody $800 right now to find a tweet about man, this really sucks with all these cows ruining the environment with the methane gas coming out of them. Anyone that's watching this right now, and I swear to God, I stand by everything I say. Unless you're one of my friends, then you know my secrets. Anybody that's watching this right now, I swear to God, I'll send you $800 to send me one tweet. Screenshot me one tweet about someone complaining about methane gas from cows, and I'll give you the decades. Wow, man. Maybe the worst thing that's ever happened. Maybe the worst thing that's ever happened in life was Burger King being like, we gotta fix this. I don't even know if it's coming from a genuine place or if Burger King themselves are trying to chase a bag with this new menu. Because no one's going to go there otherwise. And it had the Impossible Whopper and everything. I was actually interested in that. Genuinely interested in that. But, I don't know. I saw on Joe Rogan's podcast that he was talking about it. And he said it was basically just made out of fucking vegetable oil. So, I don't know. Nothing's real anyway, so who cares? We're all gonna die, and everything we work for is, null and void, because we're gonna pass on eventually, and we're gonna be 6 feet below. So everything you're working for, everything you aspire to be, it doesn't matter, because you're gonna lose it all eventually. So only thing you can be sure of is that you're gonna die. You gotta enjoy life while you're here and make sure that you and that's my point. I'm ending it there. That's exactly what I wanted to say. That's 1,000% what I wanted to say just now. Something else I wanted to get. We're at 43 minutes. Jesus Christ. This whole podcast. Oh my gosh. Let's keep it going. 43 minutes. That flew by. Jesus Christ. This will probably take us to the end of it. I want to talk about the Red Table Talk with Will and Jada. Because we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. All right? All right. And that's it. That's it.
What's going on, everybody? Raphael back.
Bro, I don't give a shit about you, Raphael. Why are you... What? Please, don't. It's some other asshole who's reacting to it. Bro, I'm trying to react to this, Raphael. You stay out of my podcast.
Shit with August. And we actually became really, really good friends.
Sorry, I'm trying to find a full video. For anyone that doesn't know, though, August Alsina, this singer, right? Essentially, Will and Jada, they were already a thing, and then the singer August Alsina, I don't know how he comes into their life. Maybe he's a friend of Jaden or something like that at the time. But Jada acknowledges that. Well, they'll explain it in the video that I play. But the main thing is August Alsina clapped Jada Pinkett Smith And they had a discussion about it. Not August, but Will and Jada had a discussion about how this young kid is, clapping her cheeks. So I don't know. I only found one video about it.
Friendship
Let's play
with
that.
August. And we actually became really, really good friends. And
I don't know if y'all can hear that. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's so hot out here, man. Are y'all enjoying this episode right now? Where am I? Where actually am I right now? What day is it, if we can be honest? There's so many video breakdowns of just her.
This is Replicant Fish. Welcome back. Glad you could join me again.
Bro, every other video I find is a video of someone else doing a breakdown. And I want to get mad, but I'm literally doing the same thing.
This red table for me, just all the stuff that's going on in the press. I felt like it was important to come to the table to really clear the air. Somebody made a statement for me that wasn't a statement I made, that went cray-cray.
And one of the reasons why I wanted to come to the table is the media, the headlines.
Ah.
We specifically never said anything.
Yes.
We were purposely not saying anything. Any headline that says Jada said or Will said or Smith said is not true. We specifically never said anything.
Right.
So coming to the table was like, we just felt like it got to the point where you gotta say something.
Yeah, and to stop that cycle.
Yeah.
There's people's feelings involved.
This is so weird because this is the most 2020 thing that's ever happened. Because you think about power couples, Jay and Beyonce, Meghan Markle and that ginger guy. Another good example. And then you have Will and Jada. And then Will Smith is like the epitome of like awesomeness. You know what I mean? He's like impervious to doing any wrong or, I mean, yeah, that's basically it. Just impervious to being defamed in any way. And not to say that he is in this instance, but we see him in his like life in a weird moment of, troubledness. I don't know how to describe it. It's relationships kind of in turmoil right now. I don't know if they've resolved it. I'm sure they have, and I'm sure they'll be fine. But it's definitely a moment in time where it was like, oh, Will Smith's going through some shit right now. You know what I mean? And everybody goes through some shit, but it's like, I'm saying you look up to these people and you kind of aspire to, oh man, I need to have something as strong as Jay and Beyonce, Meghan Markle and that ginger guy, and Will and Jada, obviously. Because Will is such an awesome guy, and he's so cool, he's so funny, and he does awesome movies, unless it was made past the year 2000. And it's just one of those things where it's like, damn, son, if Will Smith can go through this kind of shit, then me just being some guy can obviously go through that kind of shit, And everybody can be touched. No one's impervious unless you're MC spit everywhere. Unless you're MC Hammer, bro, you can be touched. At the end of the day, and I'll tell you what, my lamans, I keep putting my phone in my pocket. I'm about to break down this video though. I'll tell you what, my lamans, there's only one MC Hammer, and it's none of us. All right. It's weird, man, because you see this happening and you're like, well, it's inevitable. If Will Smith can get cheated on, then I'm definitely gonna get cheated on. Me for sure. Me specifically. I'm that. And when I get in my new relationship bag, when I swipe me up a baddie, when I pick up a honey mama that wants to deal with my problems and just that there's just a baggage that I'm bringing to the table. Come on, man. Come on. First week of our relationship, she's probably gonna be like, "Well, let's see what this other guy's talking about," you know? Damn, son. Everybody can get. Hey, you watching this? My layman's. I'm talking to you. Will Smith can get cheated on. You definitely can get cheated on. Just saying. And I don't mean to bring the mood down. I don't mean to sound any kind of way or pessimistic or whatever the case is. But Will Smith is such an awesome person. Why would you ever cheat on that man? Will Smith, if you're watching this, I would never cheat on you. Will Smith, I would never cheat on you on my damn life. Mainly because I want to, keep the bag. I want give me the money. But, also, you're Will Smith. And you're a pretty cool guy that makes decent movies nowadays. And that's just the fact of the matter. But the main reason to stay with Will Smith is because he's Will Smith. And Jada was still like, even though this guy is Will Smith, I got my desires. And they break it down anyway. They were in a moment where they were, about to split up and stuff like that. Let's just watch the video.
And at the end of the day, I don't like how all of this came to be. That doesn't matter. It's all love. Honestly. And I would usually not, that would be something I wouldn't comment on at all.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a situation that I consider private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business. Yeah. But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
But, I feel like...
Not only is Twitter in general powerful as a motherfucker, but Black Twitter will get in that ass, bro. Black Twitter will get in that ass, man. Because generally, black people, they're going to tell you how they feel. The majority of black people are going to tell you how they feel. And just being louder and open and more expressive of their emotions, us black people are. So when you have a format where you can hide behind a computer and tell people how you feel with no real repercussions, come on, man. That's my new thing. I just, bro, I freestyled that on the spot, but it might be my new thing. When I drop a good ass point or like that's my mic drop. That's my mic drop from now on. With these cows and everything burping, farting, and splattering, they're releasing methane into the air, and that shit is no laughing matter. Because when there's methane in the air and you don't care, you see that hole in the ground, you're going to be right there. Come on, man. I'm fucking retarded. Let's watch the rest of this video. I wasn't joking about that. I'm gonna keep doing Come On Man. Come On Man is my new mic drop. We're only 1 minute and 32 seconds into this video, by the way, guys. I apologize.
It's healing that needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
Even though this is minuscule, I do feel like it's these kinds of things that create the world that we're in. And the idea of not communicating, not talking about it, not clearing the air, and just being as transparent. Just being...
When the yodeling kid that couldn't find his parents went to the meeting for Burger King and they gave him the treatment, this is exactly what they said to him. They were at a really like big desk, and he, yodeling kid just went to the Burger King headquarters, and it was like 30 execs in suits, and the yodeling kid just like got off from school or something like that, and he's sitting at the end of the giant desk, at the giant table, and the exec at the far end of the table slid the video treatment way down the table, and the yodeling kid got it, and he's like, okay, I'm just a bit confused, and then the exec was like,
world that we're in, and the idea of not communicating, not talking about it, not clearing the air, and just being as transparent.
and the yodeling kid was like, okay, wow, I didn't even think about it that way. Just imagine the most genuine justification of making that dumbass. I haven't left the Burger King commercial. That's all I'm trying to say right now. I haven't left. I'm gonna think about that once a day for the next 7 years. I promise you. It's ingrained into my memory. It's ingrained into my memory, and that's quite unfortunate. I hope that kid finds his parents. Let's watch the rest of this video.
Being transparent.
And I'm here with you.
Yeah, I thank you for that, because you've been on a hell of a journey with me. So that's what we're going to start with.
We're
Is
gonna
that
start
this
with-
is a very personal journey
Yeah.
that became very public
Yes, absolutely.
for whatever reason.
So what happened, Jada?
Okay, so let's start with, I guess, about
Will's like, yeah. So cut the bullshit. Will's like, wrap it up, baby. Wrap it up, baby. Okay? Let's get to the point. Will Smith became the fucking music at the acceptance speeches. He was like, all right, let's get to it. Let's get to it, all right? I'm a busy man. I'm Will Smith, if you haven't noticed.
4.5 years ago.
Yeah,
Started I think it was about 4 years ago. Started a friendship with August. And we actually became really, really good friends. And it
Don't like the emphasis she put on that. Not a fan of the emphasis she put on really, really good friends. Why'd you have to put another really, Jada? Is it because August is blowing that back out? Here's the thing. The amount of really separate the narrative of we were really good friends. The amount of really separate the narrative of we were homies and this guy was blowing my back out. One really, I would have interpreted as, oh, they were pretty cool, and it developed into a relationship. And then he started blowing the back out. But at least they were cool at first. It transitioned and it blossomed into something beautiful. But then she put that second really on there, and I can only assume that it immediately turned in some clapping. Some ankles just in the air. Shouts out to August Alsina. Got the opportunity that, 1% of men will ever have.
all started with him just needing some help. Me wanting to help his health, his mental state.
Because for me, that was the thing when Og first came around, he was really sick.
He was really sick, yeah.
And the outpouring for him from our family was initially about his health.
Yeah. And we found all those different resources, to help pull him through. And from
I just wanted you guys to know when she says resources, she means, we found doctors, we found therapists, we gave him a support group. I gave him my coochie once, and we found a lot of other people that are able to support August through his hardships. And we recommended some medication that he could prescribe. You could try this, and we have that for depression. My coochie also helps, and these other things that will supplement how you're feeling right now if you don't want my coochie. So that's just something to consider. One of many things used to help August was definitely some Jada Cat.
there, you know, you and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided...
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically...
You see how he had to damage control that real quick? Because Will came off aggressive, as he should be. His wife is, you know, right in front of him being like, yeah, I got my cheeks clapped from some mediocre R&B artist. So Will has every right to be like, yeah, I was going to cut you off, bitch. I'm Will Smith. I have nothing to lose, basically, you know?
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
Well, at that particular point in time, it was indefinite.
Yeah, I really felt like we could be over. You
Yeah,
know?
no, we were over.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there, you know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August. And one thing I want to get clear about and clean up, one of the things that was kind of swirling in the press about you giving permission, which is, you know, the only person that can give permission in that particular
yeah.
circumstance is myself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But what August was probably trying to communicate, because I could actually see how he would perceive it as...
For those that don't know, August had to interview himself on the Angie Martinez show, I guess. It was just like an hour-long interview promoting the album that no one's going to listen to. And then that's how the news got out, you know. Jesus. Of him talking about his relationship. Ooh, we just hit an hour. With Jada, basically. So August spilled the beans, and the Red Table Talk was just for them to double down on that shit. Or not double down, but, you know, just kind of clear the air. But did they, though, you know? Did they clear the air on this? Let's see.
Because we were separated amicably.
Yeah.
And I think he also wanted to make it clear that he's not a homewrecker, which he's not.
I think so. I mean, because this is your red table, and you like brought yourself to the red table. I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes.
So the world, when the entire universe, God himself, when Jada said entanglement, became Will Smith at that moment. Everyone was like, huh? What? Define entanglement. If entanglement is getting your back blown out by a mediocre R&B artist, then hell yeah, you're entangled, Jada. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Of course you were entangled. 1000%. If you go on Webster right now, look up entanglement, and it does indeed say that a mediocre R&B artist will blow the back out of your wife, then for sure you were entangled. 1000% you were entangled. Who's going to dispute that? But we live in the real world, and entanglement is just a way to sugarcoat that, yeah, I cheated on your husband.
Yes.
A relationship.
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely.
Shouts out to Will telling it how it is. Like, hey, you were fucking him. You were fucking him, and when you had time, you were fucking him. And when you weren't busy, sometimes you were fucking him. But mainly, you were fucking him. And that's okay. Just say that, Jada. What the hell is an entanglement, bro? When I think about entanglement, I think about, like, I don't know, you're like a kid playing and you lose your football in the bushes, and now you have to go into these bushes and you're like, fuck, I'm stuck in these bushes. You're in an entanglement. You're not fucking August Alsina. You're just trying to get your football back so you can play with your friend in the front yard again. You know? But that's just me. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy.
I was in a lot of pain, and I was very broken. Now, in the process of that relationship, I definitely realized that you can't find happiness outside of yourself. And luckily enough, you and I were all...
She actually dropped a bar there. She actually dropped a bar. And I know I mentioned this before, but started this podcast and everything because I lost my job. Got hired back since, obviously, I talked about it. And I made the whole short film and everything. Watch stuck link in the description. Seriously, the link's in the description. Watch my short film. And I made a short film about how I lost my job and just basically finding value in internally and instead of external things. And Jada just dropped a bar saying that, hey, I can't rely on things outside of myself to be truly happy. Because things come and go. That's not always going to be there. But you know who's always going to be next to you? I butchered my quote. But I'm going to keep going. You know who's always going to be there technically? You. So love yourself. Because you're you and you're always there. It's hot outside. I'm tired. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. That was a bad dismount. But you know what I mean. You got to love yourself, and you can't love all that bullshit that can't come with you when you die. So she dropped the bar, and at least she's smart enough to acknowledge that, you know, fucking this mediocre R&B singer wasn't the solution. We need to watch anymore. I think we get it. Let's skip to the end and see if they come to some kind of conclusion.
You know, and I'm just happy because I definitely believe that you and I, we never, ever, ever thought that we would make it back.
Yeah, there's a real power in the just knowing somebody's riding with you no matter what.
Yeah.
And you really can't know that
Until you go
through some stuff, you know. I don't want to go through this no more.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
Yeah. I'm going to get you back first, and then...
You gonna get me back. I think you got me back. I think we're good on that, okay?
Okay.
Oh, well, okay. That was a little awkward. That was a little awkward. 1 minute until this video ends. Oh, Christ. There's bro, back up, son. There's this wasp trying to give me the business. We might have to go inside. I'm not editing that out, by the way. 1 minute until the video ends, and Will Smith's essentially like, now I'm gonna fuck someone else if you don't mind. You know, well, whether you mind or you don't, I'm gonna do my thing, and you know, you do whatever you're doing in terms of fucking mediocre R&B singers. Just openly said, I don't know. I mean, Will's a jokester in general, but I feel like he was 70% serious in terms of going to blow someone else's back out that isn't Jada. I mean, but you know, do your thing, Will. I feel like it's fair. In August Alsina, you couldn't even... The Weeknd, Frank Ocean, Brent Faiyaz, I don't know how you say his name. You could have fucked somebody with talent and just someone who... I'm looking at this wasp because I feel like he's about to give me the business, bro. I gotta go inside. I'm sorry. I gotta go inside. Because this... This guy's making me nervous, bro. Oh, okay, he's gone. A small part of me wanted to do that for 45 more minutes. Where are we at? We're at an hour 9. Golly, I feel like that's enough content. For that ass. I'm so hot right now. And I didn't finish my water. I made it. I guess what we can take away from this episode of Layman in the Morning is that it's hot in Georgia. The yodeling kid still hasn't found his parents, and Will's gonna fuck somebody else. For sure. For sure. Golly. But as I said, Jada did drop a bar. Jada did drop a bar. And that's the main takeaway. That's the main takeaway for this whatever the fuck is happening for you know, I guess the narrative of life in general. Can't find happiness outside of yourself. Cuz all you got is you. You're leaning on somebody else, or you're leaning on this thing or that thing, and you know you can't take it with you when you die. You only got yourself. You gotta love yourself, cause you and your own opinions is the only thing that matters. It's the only thing that has substance. Of course, don't be a narcissist. Don't be like I'm right all the time. It's all about me, me, me. But just appreciate who you are and find value internally. Look inside yourself when you feel some kind of like emptiness or depression that's going on, and as soon as you feel the urge to cling onto this thing to supplement your happiness, and obviously it's easier said than done, but at the end of the day, man, things come and go, and you know this person's always gonna be there. Hey. I'm trying to drop some kind of jewel before I get out of here, but it's definitely failing. I don't know how many ways I could say to love yourself, but yeah, I mean you should. And like I said, it's hard. It's hard sometimes for certain people. It was hard for me, and I put my value into the wrong things a lot of the time. And sometimes I still do that. It's a process. It's gonna be a process for everybody. And like I said, Jada and Will, perceived as a power couple, doing, you know, all the things the right way, and you know they seem so happy and successful, and next thing you know, August Alsina barges through the door like Kramer, and it's like he's like, hey, I got a mediocre album and I'm gonna have sex with your wife, Will Smith. And Will Smith's like, no, and he's like, yeah. And that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But Jada soon realized that, hey, maybe immediately realized, mid getting back blown out, that hey, this isn't the answer. This isn't gonna help me find solace in this damaged relationship I have with my husband. And therefore they sat at a circular red table and squashed that shit. Not really, because Will said he was definitely gonna fuck somebody else, but you know, after that. So love yourself and don't fuck a mediocre R&B singer. My name is Xavier Owens, and this has been Laban in the Morning. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.